PeopleZoom says, see our vision rather than lend to us your faith. And here's why. Faith asks you to accept gaps in what is not understood, nor explained, or concealed, or swept under the rug. And that is where Americans have been, and continue to be, vulnerable and taken advantage of. In more recent times, struggling Americans had been outright exploited. In addition, requests that you have faith have mostly asked that you stay immobile and wait for something unknown and unscheduled to miraculously appear and solve your problems. PeopleZoom and its business opportunity, The Works, instead invites your thinking through. The value of PeopleZoom's clarity is that it provides you with the ability to take immediate action and get PeopleZoom's The Works. The PeopleZoom mission statement gives you a description of a job awaiting you and how it can turn into a permanent answer for you and other struggling Americans. Now, because PeopleZoom understands that most struggling Americans remain victimized and imprisoned by having been programmed into traditional thinking, PeopleZoom shows you how others have achieved, and ironically, in their doing so, they have also bettered your life as they've stepped free of tradition. Now, like PeopleZoom, these companies were originally non-conforming startups, at the time barely more than an idea. Google was started by Larry Page and Sergey Brin in 1998, in this garage at 232 Santa Margarita Avenue, Menlo Park, California. In 1994, Jeff Bezos founded Amazon.com as an online bookstore. Amazon.com was located in his garage, and the first book sold in 1995 and was packaged and shipped from this garage at 10704 Northeast 28th, Bellevue, Washington. Nike was formerly Blue Ribbon Sport and founded by Philip Knight and Bill Bowerman. They began by selling shoes from the trunk of their car, as they did not have a storefront nor building. Apple started in Steve Jobs' parents' garage at 2066 Chris Drive, Los Altos, California, in 1976, where they built by hand 50 computers, which they sold for $500 each. Jobs was 21 then. Steve Wozniak was 26. In 1975, Paul Allen and Bill Gates started Microsoft in a garage and built their first machine, which they sold to IBM for $80,000. Then they went on to develop Windows. In 1901, William S. Harley set out to put a motor on his bicycle. Now, with the help of his friend Arthur Davidson, they succeeded, thereby forming Harley-Davidson in 1903. Michael Kitteridge started making candles out of old Korans in 1969. When his candles started selling, he took over the family's double-car garage. In 2013, Yankee Candles was purchased for $1.75 billion. Lotus Race Cars, started by Anthony Collin and Bruce Chapman in 1954 in this small garage owned by parents. Hewlett-Packard, started in 1939 by Bill Hewlett and David Packard, began from an investment of $538 and in this garage at 367 Addison Avenue, Palo Alto, California. Disney, which today is the highest-grossing media company in the world, started humbly in 1923 by brothers Roy Disney and Walt Disney in this one-car garage turned into a studio. It remains at 4651 Kingswell Avenue, Los Angeles, California. The Beatles, originally the Quarrymen, were forced out of one member's parents' house due to the noise and into a backyard air raid shelter. That was 1960. Please see all of our other videos, particularly failures you won't recognize, advice that God ignored. Get PeopleZoom's The Works using our easiest address, www.pplzm.us. The Works is the highest compensating socioeconomic job in the U.S. and uses giving instead of selling. All rights reserved.